Hello viewers, welcome to the part 12 of our Amazon KDP tutorial. And in this tutorial, I'm going to demonstrate how to create an Amazon ads for your book. Once you publish a book, it is always good that you start running Amazon ads after a couple of reviews. And I'm going to show you the reasons why you need to do so, and also show you how to create Amazon ads for each of your book once you publish them on Amazon. As you can see from the screen, I've listed some of the importance of running Amazon ads. And the first one is this: it's increased visibilities for your book. Amazon ads actually help your book stand out among millions of titles, increasing its visibility to potential readers who are actively searching for books in your genre. The second reason is that you can actually have targeted audience. With Amazon advertising, you are allowed to target specific demographics and interests, which thereby ensures that your ads reaches readers who are most likely to be interested in your book. Amazon ads also generates book sales. Just as you can see, effective advertising can lead to increased sales, especially during the initial launch period or when promoting discounts, helping to improve your book's ranking in Amazon's algorithm. I'll share a personal experience in respect to this number 3. When I stopped running ads, I actually saw that my sales decreased. And the reason being that once you stop running ads, the ranking you've already generated on the algorithm of Amazon drops. You drop in your ranking. Each book has a sales rank. So the more ads you run, or the more frequent you run an ads, or allow the ads to keep on running on your book, it actually increases the ranking of your book, and which also goes back to number 1, because it now gives it increased visibility, exposes your book to more eyeballs. A lot of potential or prospective customers gets to see your book. And more especially, again, when you have fewer reviews, there are books that have thousands of reviews out there, and your book will struggle to compete with those kind of books in as much as it has fewer reviews. But with Amazon ads, definitely your book will be elevated on the Amazon algorithm, and your book will now get to be seen by more people and potentially also make sales, especially if it's a good title. If you've written a well captivating book, your description, your title must be captivating. Your book covers must also be appealing, because it doesn't make sense promoting a book that is shabbily written, that does not capture the interest of the prospective buyer. So at that point in time, you're just wasting your ads money, because yeah, definitely they will see it courtesy of the advert you're running. But is it captivating? Is it appealing? You alone can definitely answer that question. If you write an appealing book, when you read it, you will know. You will be satisfied with your own book. If you write junk or create covers that are not appealing, you also will know, because you definitely get to see other books written on the same title, on the same subject. Then you compare them with your books and see if, honestly, if your book can compete in terms of appearance, presentation, and all that. So you will be the judge of that. And the same way you judge your book is definitely the way a prospective buyer is going to see it. If you're satisfied with the job you've done, definitely be rest assured that that book is going to generate sales with Amazon ads. And number 4 aspect of it talked about branding. Yeah, running ads can establish your brand, and more readers will now get familiar with your book. Your prospective buyers that have already purchased previous books written by you will always come back to see if you also have other books, so that they can also patronize you, more especially if they are on the same genre, on the same niche. And if you did a good job on the first book they purchased and they are satisfied with it, definitely they'll be looking forward reading from you from all your other works, because the first book they bought from you, they derived a lot of values from it, and definitely they'll also be hoping to get more further values from subsequent books written by you. So these are some of the important reasons why it is good to run an Amazon ads. In previous lessons, I stated that you need to get a minimum of 15 reviews at least for the very first period when you're launching your book. Within the first 30 days, to get 15 reviews so that you can now start running Amazon ads. The essence of running Amazon ads with reviews is that if you run Amazon ads and your book doesn't have any review, it doesn't have any social proof, it's going to struggle to sell. But if you're running an ads on book that already have reviews, now a prospective buyer will say, yeah, people have already read this book, they've left a review, and they themselves now will also want to buy. If it is something that appeals to them, then you have the likelihood of making a lot more sales if your book already have reviews and you're now running Amazon ads. So always remember that the first step will always be to get those reviews, initial reviews. And I told you that the minimum target after 30 days should be to get your book to 100 reviews. The first 15 reviews will be for you to enable you to start running Amazon ads and see if you can start making sales. Then the subsequent one will now be for you to work hard to get your book up to 100 review at the minimum, so that you are actually setting that book up for life to generate sales on its own. While you're running Amazon ads to make sales, the reviews of that book will also be generating organic sales on its own outside the Amazon ads, which is a win-win situation for you. So having said this much, I'll quickly dive into the screen and demonstrate to you how you can actually create an Amazon ad for yourself, for your books, once you publish them on Amazon and you've gotten the suggested 15 minimal reviews to enable you to start running Amazon ads. So once you log into your Amazon account, the first thing you have to do if you want to start running ads, you have to come to this section, marketing. You're going to click on this. Then it's going to bring you down to this page. You have this Amazon ads, this section that says Amazon ads. You can see here it's asking you have to click here. Now you have different markets. You have amazon.com, amazon.co.uk, but you will always be running your ads. At least your initial ads is going to be amazon.com, and amazon.com stands for the United States Amazon market. You have UK. This is you have DED is for Denmark, Amazon.fr is for France, Amazon.it is Italy, Amazon.es is for Spain, Amazon.ca is Canada, then Amazon.com.au, this is for Australia market. But Amazon.com is the biggest market of all. Most of your sales is going to come from Amazon.com. This is where you have the bigger volume. Majority of the sales, majority of the buyers are here. So your first ad will be to create on Amazon.com. Then when you become established and you've really mastered this act and you're creating more books, then you can now diversify into creating ads in other markets like Amazon.com.uk, Amazon.uk, Canada is also other places where I'm getting some sales, but most of the sales are going to come from Amazon.com. And as a beginner, I'll advise you stick with that. So having said this, we're just going to select Amazon.com here. Now you now go to Ad Console. You click here. It will now take you to where you're running your ads. So you can see it actually brought you down here, but for you, yours is going to be blank because you're not running any Amazon ads at the moment. So for me, this is this is my account for the month. You can see I'm running ads here with this particular account. So, but for you, you're not going to see anything here. I should have graded this out, but again, for demonstration purposes, I just want to show you that I'm actually practicing what I preach. So I'm just going to leave it so you'll see what I'm doing. So for you, next thing you'll now do will be to come over here, create campaign. You don't have any campaign, so you're just going to create a new campaign. So I'm going to click on this create campaign here. And this is what happens. It's going to bring us to a place where we'll now start creating our campaign. So for you, you're always going to click create sponsored ads. So ignore the sponsored branch. You don't have multiple books. This is for those that have multiple books and they want to create a brand for that. Personally, I'm not doing this yet, but I'm also going to take advantage of it. I've been procrastinating on this because I have multiple books. At least I should be taking advantage of this sponsored brand. But for now, you're just going to stick with sponsored products. And this is exactly what you're going to do. You're just going to click on this continue button here. Once you get to this section, you're always going to choose standard ads. Once you choose standard ad, then for the ads group name, I normally leave it here because at the end of the setting up the ads, I'm going to show you where we're going to create a name. So for this, you just ignore this ad group, just leave it here. Then for the product, you're going to put in the ASIN of your book. The ASIN of your book, then in order for you to be able to find the book you're going to advertise. And always remember on this site, you know, once you're publishing your book, you're going to publish the paperback, the hardcover, and the ebook. But the ASIN we're talking about here is going to be the ASIN for the paperback of your book. So when I say ASIN, this is what I mean. Once you get to amazon.com to search for books, every book has an ASIN. So let's take, for instance, let me just pick up a book here so I can show you the ASIN for each of these books. Every book here has an ASIN. So if I decide to go with this particular book, Prayer Journal, let's check out the ASIN. You just click on the book. Now you're going to scroll down for you to find the ASIN. And this is exactly what you're also going to do for your book. Remember, this is on paperback. We have Kindle. This is Kindle here is for ebook. We're always going to promote paperback. All our art will be promoting our paperback books, and it is the ASIN for the paperback that we'll be using to search for a book. So for you to find the ASIN for your book, just go to Amazon, search for the name of your book. Now you scroll down, the ASIN is always down. So this is where you have the ASIN number here. This ISBN 10 is an ASIN number. This ISBN 13 is also an ASIN number, but this is definitely for the paperback. So you always go with the first one. So if you copy this, this is going to be the ASIN you're going to copy. And then if we come back to our Amazon ad, this is where you're now going to paste in that ASIN. Once you paste your ASIN here, it's definitely automatically going to bring out the book. So behind cameras, I'm going to put the ASIN of my book because I wouldn't want to expose my work here. Then I'll show you guys the book that I've chosen. So I've added the ASIN and chosen the book. Then you scroll down. I wouldn't want to show my book, but this is the same strategy. Once you put on your ASIN of your book, then it will automatically bring out the book. Then you select it. Now the next step is still on the same page. You'll come over here under targeting. You're going to choose, yeah, we can start with the automatic first. You can leave it on automatic. The first one, you can start with your first campaign is going to be automatic. And what that means is that Amazon is going to be the one to decide what automatically promotes your book and, you know, decide which categories or which audience fits best to showcase your book. So for the automatic, you don't have much control. Amazon decides. But for the manual is where we're going to select the keywords we want to target and the books we also want to target. But for the first one, we're going to use the automatic. Let me say this: in every Amazon ad, each of your book, you're going to set 4 ads. We're going to have 2 automatics and 2 manuals. The manual is going to be for keyword and the product, but for the automatic, it's going to be high bid and low bid. High bid simply means we're going to bid higher, and another automatic ad is going to be we're going to bid lower. So we're going to see what works first. So having said this, we're just going to select this on automatic. Then I'm going to scroll down. The default here is $47 for the book that I select, but I sometimes also want to go with I want to change the price. So for our first automatic targeting, Amazon is saying the default is 47, but I might want to go a little bit lower. I might just start with 0.30 cents for this. You don't touch anything here, just the default bids. You leave it that way. Then you scroll down. You don't have any negative keywords at the moment, so you're just going to leave all these places blank. Don't touch anything here. Scroll down to where you have campaign. So campaign bidding strategy. We will always want to select the dynamic bids down only. The middle one, please do not choose dynamic bids up and down. This one gives Amazon the opportunity to make money out of you. Sometimes they could just unilaterally increase or decrease, but it's very rare for them to decrease the amount you are bidding. But once you put it on dynamic bids down only, simply means it is either you're bidding the 30 cents, or Amazon can bid lower if they see that you have an opportunity for your book to sell. Then they can also bid lower than that 30 cents, but they must not go above what you have stated, which is 30 cents. But for the dynamics big bids up and down, they have the they can decide to go bid a keyword or do something as crazy as $50, 40 cents, 50 cents above your initial cap, which is 30 cents. So, but with the dynamics bid down, you're stating categorically it is either 30 cents or lower, but it mustn't go above 30 cents. So when you're setting your bid, always leave it at dynamic bids down only. Then every other thing here, you just leave it the way it is. Now you come over here. Remember I told you you don't have to name your campaign. You can name your campaign on this particular place where it says campaign name. So the first ad we did was automatic, but for the bid we're bidding 30 cents, so that is my high bid. So you could just use the keyword, and what I normally do is let me say maybe I'm promoting a book about self-defense. So the title of this campaign is just going to be self-defense auto, because it's automatic. When I use the auto here, stands for automatic auto, then high bid. I just want to remember what I bidded at. This campaign is for the high bid where I bidded 30 cents for this. Now, yes, start date is definitely going to be the day you created the ads. Then the budget, remember we said 30 cents. So for the daily budget here, you can put $20, but even if you put $20, you might not even spend up to $5 a day because it's in 30 cents. But I always, for me, if you have the means, I always start with $50 daily. But again, let me reemphasize this. Don't get scared. Putting $50 here daily doesn't mean you're spending $50 a day. It's just the daily budget. But again, Amazon might not even spend up to $3 daily for this ad. So let me just say $30 daily. Suggested daily bid, Amazon is suggesting $35. I can also go with the $35, but it doesn't mean I'm going to exhaust this amount on a daily basis. So having said this, this is how you set your first automatic campaign. And next you're just going to click on launch, but I'm not going to click this because I'm not launching any campaign. The book, I'm not promoting this. I'm just showing you how to run your first campaign. Then I'm just going to scroll up again. We're going to repeat this exercise again. The next campaign you're going to set is still going to be auto, the same format, everything the same way, but this time around we're just going to change it, the campaign name is still going to be auto self-defense auto, but instead of high bid this time around, I'm just going to change to low bid, just for you to remember what campaign is this. So it's going to be on low bid, and I'm just going to go up a bit to change the amount, because we for the high bid we selected 30 cents. So for the low bid, I'm just going to change this. I'm just going to put it, since it is low, I can make it 20 cents, or I can even make it 15 cents. So you can see it's the same process, nothing changed. Two auto ads, one is going to be high bid, one is going to be low bid. For the high bid, I use 30 cents default bid, and for the low bid, I use 15 cents. Nothing else changed. It's still the same. It's still going to be your dynamics bid down. Nothing changed, nothing altered here. Now I come over here, it's still going to be $30 daily budget, which I stated again and again and again that you're not spending up to $30 a day. You might even not even make any sales because the bids might be way, way, way higher, and you're bidding lower than that, and you're not going to win those bids. But the essence of doing this is that at least you can be able to win some bids, and when you do, it's going to be on a lower amount that is affordable and that is still within your daily budget. So having said this, we've actually created two auto campaigns. So the next one is going to be the manual campaign I talked about, and it is slightly different. It is still the same thing, but the only difference here is that we didn't compute any data here. Amazon is going to use its own discretion to find where our book fits in and promote it within those categories, or however they do their stuff at their back end. But for the manual, we will be the one choosing the keywords that we're actually targeting for our book. And that is why it is called manual, because you will be computing the keywords you need. And also for the product, we will be targeting the books, other competing books that we want to promote. So let's hop in again and let me demonstrate how you can set up your manual campaign. But for the auto, it is self-explanatory. It is called auto for a reason, simply because you're really literally doing nothing. You just set up your bid, select your book, put your daily budget, dynamics bid down, and that's it. Amazon takes it up from there, and you now click on the launch campaign. So for the manual campaign, is still going to be the same strategy. You come back to your account again, your KDP account, you go to marketing. But once you have your Amazon advert running, you no longer need to be coming to marketing and other stuff. You just go straight to your campaign and just click on create a new campaign. But I just want to refresh your memory. That is why I had to come back to the same page again and repeat the process the second time again so you can get it. So I'm going to click on marketing again. Remember, it's always going to be Amazon ads. You're going to choose your market, and your market will always be Amazon.com. I'm just going to choose this and scroll so that you guys will see this. Go to ads console. Your ads console is going to bring you to this page where you're running ads, but let me refresh again. You are not going to have any ads running on your account. Your account is definitely going to be blank for now. So what you're going to do is to click on this create campaign, and that was what I was also saying earlier on, that once you have a campaign running, you don't need to go through all the whole process of clicking marketing and coming down to this page. All you just need to do just to go straight to your Amazon advertising account and just click on create campaign. So I'm just going to click on this create campaign so we can create our manual campaign. Just the same thing we did with the auto, is the same format, nothing changes, but just that we'll be providing picking up the list of keywords we want to target and the book we want to target manually. So for this again, remember I said you're only just going to stick to sponsored product for now. You have no business with sponsored brand for now because you're a beginner and you are still learning the rope. You just most likely must have published just one book or two books, and some of you that are veterans already, you can still utilize the same strategy. Nothing really changes. So we're going to stick with the sponsored products, and I'm going to hit the continue button. Once again, we'll only choose standard ads. We're not choosing the first one, custom test ad. This one involves you creating some tests and all the stuff, but we don't need all that. So we're only just choosing the standard ad for this section. Then again, you don't need to create any ad group name here. Remember I told you the first one we created for the auto ads. At the end, we were able to create what the name of the campaign was all about, where we had the self-defense, auto, low bid, and high bid. That was what we named those two campaigns. So for this one too, we're going to do the same, but not at this stage here. So for the ad group name, you're just going to ignore it. Once again, you find the ASIN for your book and put the ASIN here. Once you paste the ASIN of your book here, it will automatically pop out which of the books that has that ASIN. And remember, I told you guys that the ASIN is always going to be the paperback ASIN, not the ebook ASIN, not the hardcover. It's always going to be the paperback. So our advert is going to be on our paperback books. So get your ASIN and paste it in here, and it will automatically open it up. Then we'll scroll down to the next category. So once you've selected your ASIN and added your book, you scroll down. Next section is going to be targeting. So for this, we are no longer going to do automatic targeting. The first two ads we created were automatic, but this time around, we're just going to go with manual targeting. So I'm just going to select the manual targeting. So in manual targeting, under it, we have two kinds of ads we're going to create here. We're going to do the keyword. We're also going to do the product. Product simply means the books of other competitors, other books that have been written, similar books. We're just going to target the ones we want our adverts to be showing on. our book, maybe if they're running an ad or maybe somebody wants to click on those books, our books will always show up on that page where those books are. And there is a strategy for this too. Remember, most books have so many reviews, and your book is just a new book. Literally, maybe let's assume you were serious enough to get the first 15 reviews as advertised or as suggested before you started running your book. So if your book has 15 reviews, it wouldn't make sense to be competing with books that have over 1,000 reviews. So we're going to select books for product. We're going to select books that doesn't have up to 1,000 reviews. Let's say my book is 15 reviews. I want to select books that have at least maybe 40, 50 minimum reviews, not more than that, so that my book could have a chance of selling. But when your book is showing up where a book that has 50, 100 reviews, 200 reviews, and you only have 0 reviews or 15 reviews, then you are literally telling the buyer to buy the other books that have much more review. But if you're competing with books that have fewer review than yours, I mean, not the reviews are not, they have reviews, but they're not as so much way outrageously higher than yours, then you have a chance of also having sales from those books. So I'm going to demonstrate that. So for the keyword, the first ad is going to be on the keyword. So that's going to, it's automatically on the keyword here. So I'm just going to come down. Now here, you have the option of entering a list, typing a list of all the keywords. You can actually type a list of keywords you want to target, you want to run ads on, and paste them here. That's where you have the enter list. Or you can go with the suggested ones that Amazon is already suggesting based on what your book is all about. So all you need to do here will be to scroll down and see which keywords apply to your book. Before then, again, you can see there are so many keywords here. There is broad, phrase, and exact. This is a keyword, teens. So for broad, the price is different, 0.78, phrase 0.76 cents, exact is 1. But for me, I always do broad. I check off exact and phrase. I only do broad when I'm starting. So let's go, but let me scroll up here again. So for this, you can see everything here is checked off. We have the broad, the phrase, the exact. So what I normally do, I check off the phrase, I check off the exact, and I just leave the broad. Then for suggested bid, I don't go with Amazon suggested bid. I always come down here. I'll go with my own custom bid. Custom bid is, this is what I want to bid. So is Amazon is saying, okay, let's say maybe you want to target this keyword things. Everything here now is broad, nothing like phrase and exact. Every keyword here is going to be broad. So now Amazon is saying that this keyword suggested bid is 0.42 cents to $1. So me, I'm just going to start with my normal. I so much love 30 cents. I'm going to start with my 30 cents as usual. Some people even go lower than this. Some that have the means, some people even go as high as 50, $1 cent. But the more higher you go in terms of your bid, means it doesn't mean you're going to sell at that bid, but it simply means there's more possibility that you will have more visibility, more impression. The essence of the bid is to get more impressions, and the more, if your ad is getting impressions, it simply means it is being exposed to more eyes. But if it's not getting any impression, it simply means nobody's seeing your book. So sometimes some veterans, Amazon KDP publishers, sometimes some of them do start with a higher bid just to get that initial early impression so that their books can be seen pretty fast. But they don't mind paying a little more for that. Then subsequently, they will now start reducing their advertising bid. But for me, I always like to keep things simple, and I believe in gradual growth. This is not a scheme. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is a business, a real business, and every real business started from the ground, grew, and nurtured. So if your mindset, if you're coming in here, you want to make quick money, fast money, I can bet you that this business is not for you. But if you're the patient type that really believe in growth and nurture something and see it thrive, then you're in the right place. So having said this, I'm going to just set this for 30 cents. Now we did 30 cents. We checked off phrases and exacts. So, and we are leaving it as suggested in terms of the keywords Amazon is suggesting for us. So now let's start. How do we ask these keywords? Any keywords you select is going to reflect here. So let's say maybe our book is about daily devotional for teen boys. So you just come here, You select this keyword. Okay, I want to run ads for this keyword. You just click on this ad. It's automatically going to come over here. So you can see it's also showing the amount we've already selected, 30 cents, because that is the custom we've selected for all our bids for every keyword. It's on custom. It's not on suggested. It's not on default. It's on custom. So now you look at your book and see every keyword that applies to your book and then select it from this place. So daily devotional, teen boys, teenage boy devotional. This is also about devotional. It's also about teen. It's also about boys. So it applies. I'll add it again. I'll select it. You can see it says added. It is also shown here. So I advise you to select up to 15 or 20 keywords as your book applies. So you look at down here again and see this one says teen boys devotional. I'm also going to add it. Easter teen boy. So it is left for you. This is just a for demonstrative purposes. So whatever thing your book is all about or title your book is all about is definitely going to pop out here. So you select what applies to your book. So whichever one you pick up is definitely going to show up here. And just like I said, you can choose up to 15 or 20 keywords for a start. Now, having done that, then you just scroll down. Always remember negative keyword targeting. You're not doing that right now because your books have not generated any data. And again, once you publish your book, please, and you start running ads, don't start expecting things to start happening within the first 1 week. It takes like 2 weeks for Amazon to really understand what your book is all about. Then the algorithm will pick it up and now start showing your book to the relevant audience. So don't come and start saying you created an ads and you're not generating any sales. And again, let me debunk this myth. The whole essence of creating an Amazon ads is not for you to generate sales. The whole essence of creating an Amazon ad is for your book to be seen, to give your book visibility. And once your book has visibility, then there is potential that is going to generate sales. Somebody will see it and like it and buy it. That is the whole idea of running ads. You're not running ads because if you just put it down there, then say start pouring in because you're running an ad. No, it doesn't work that way. That's delusion. The whole essence of running an ad is for your book to be seen. You're having a product, you created a beautiful product, but nobody's saying it, so you're not going to make any sales. But once people start saying it, which is the work of the ads, then there's a possibility that someone out there that have seen the book, among other people that have seen the book, somebody is going to captivate someone's interest to make a buying decision. So that is the whole essence of running Amazon ads. For those of you that have sent me messages, oh, I created 50 books, 20 books, I'm not making any sales. It's also possible you created 20 junks. That's number one. It's also possible you've not done the needful. Those books don't have any social proofs like ads. Like reviews. You've not gotten reviews and you're competing with other books that have reviews. So why should I buy your book when there are other books that have social proof? So these are things you need to start thinking before you go into creating multiple books. You must get the first book right first. And once you get the first book right, then you can now proceed towards creating the next one because you master the skill set of how to, make good books and how to make those books sales. And one way to make a good book is creating them and getting reviews and running Amazon ads. And that's how you start generating those sales because now it's getting visibility. So having said this, I just wanted to push that out because as I'm speaking, this thoughts comes into my mind. It's not a pre-planned speech. I'm just doing it on the spot and stuff could come up and I'll just say it out. So the whole essence of running Amazon ads is to give your book visibility, and those visibility leads to buying decisions. That is the main purpose. The main purpose is not to make sales. The main purpose is for your book to be seen. And when something is being seen, then definitely it has an audience that it will appeal to if and only if your book the title of your book addresses the need and your book cover is captivating enough when compared to other books. So you must have this at the back of your mind. You shouldn't be in a hurry to create something to throw it out there. You're throwing it out to the public. The public is going to scrutinize it. So you really have to take your time and do your due diligence and create something really qualitative that someone like you, if you were a buyer, you would definitely buy. So now you come over here, you leave all this blank. You have no business here. Then again, on this campaign bidding strategy, always take the middle option, which is dynamic beats down only. In all your ads, always choose this. I learned the hard way. I left one of my ads on dynamic beats up and down, and by the next morning, I'm already having somebody clicking. I mean, Amazon have unilaterally increased the bid of a 30-cent bid that I made, and that book was bidding for $3, and it generated over 30 clicks. So imagine $3 times 30 clicks, 0 sales. That's crazy, right? So I learned the hard way. Do not be like me. Always select dynamic bids down only for your ads. Now you've done this, everything, you leave everything. Honestly, for all these ones here, I don't know what they are. I've never used them before. I don't even bother myself. Once I choose my dynamic bids down only, I'm done there. I scroll down. Whatever thing that I know this means something, but it doesn't mean it. All I care is my sales. It might even mean something much more better, but I've not bothered to know what it means. I only know about these dynamic beats, and that is what I'm sticking to, and that's what I'm teaching. You can do your due diligence, do your research. If you find out something that works more than this, please proceed. So having said that, we'll come down to campaign name. So this time around, remember, the other one was self-defense. So let me say self-defense again. Self-defense. Man, do I still know how to spell? Self-defense. America normally use SE. British system of government use CE. It's not a joint word, it's a separate word. So sometimes if you might spell defense this way, you might get it wrong, but just bear in mind that the way Americans spell stuff still is different. I had to start learning how to combine spelling. So defense, this is what I mean. Some could be SE, some could be CE. So whatever school of thought you subscribe to, there's no hard feelings. The whole essence is for you to know what you saved your keyword is. So this particular campaign is about self-defense, and it is a keyword campaign. So I'm just going to use keyword to remember that this is keyword. Remember the other ones we did, the first auto campaign we did, one we labeled it auto high, and the high there was because it was a high bid for 30 cents. Then the other one low, auto low. The low is that we bidded low, and that was for 15 cents. But I don't need to do all those categories here on this particular manual campaign, because in the manual campaign we only have for keyword and we have product. So I'm just using the word keyword here to remember that this is what this campaign is all about. So for here, I'm also going to choose my $30 daily budget, and I'll just click my launch campaign. Once you click your launch campaign, it's not going to go live immediately. It's going to go under review. Amazon KDP staff's going to go through your ads and see if it complied, everything. They check it. Sometimes they give you approval within 24 hours. Sometimes it could take up to 48 hours. So once your ad is approved, they also send you an email, but their email could be very, very funny because it doesn't come straight. I don't know who worded their English when it comes to the email they send to tell you that your Amazon ad is live and approved. You won't hear approved. You will hear some kind of stuff that will scare you, that you think probably your Amazon ad is rejected, only for you to go into your Amazon ad campaign and you see that your Amazon ad is approved and delivered. I don't know. They haven't changed that language. It's not as if it's kind of is bogus. It doesn't say, I mean, it's a simple thing for you to say your ad has been approved. Very, very simple, like it is done on Facebook. But Amazon has a way of saying something that confuses you the more. And the only way you know is by jumping into your ad account. So if you come across that kind of message, because it's like it's a standard message, once you see it, do not panic. And you do not understand if it means approval or denial, please just go straight into your Amazon ads and check. If you see your ads is delivery, then you know that it is running and it has been approved. So having said that, you just click on your launch campaign and it will go into review, and that's it. You've created your keyword Amazon ads event. This thing is very, very self-explanatory. It's not hard. Now the next ad we're going to create will be the product. Remember, for this keyword, we were able to pick keywords that are relevant to our book. It's the same thing we're going to do for the product. The product is simply means we're going to pick up books, similar books that are relevant to our books. But again, remember I told you that criteria you should use in order for your book not to be competing with high authority books. And when I mean high authority books, I mean books that have tons of reviews. So I'm still working under the assumption that you did your groundwork and got your 15 review, and that is why you're setting up your Amazon ad. So if you're going to target books, similar books, please target books that are not more than 50 reviews at least, or a maximum of 100. You know, do not go targeting books that are over 100 reviews when you're still having 15 reviews in your book. So let's quickly jump in. It's still the same process for that. So once again, we'll come back again. We'll hit on the create campaign. So you can see this time around, I didn't go straight to the marketing, Amazon ads, Amazon.com stuff. I just came straight to, because we've already created an account, an Amazon campaign already. So we'll just come straight here. You always see create campaign. I'll click on it. As usual, again, we're going to select only sponsored products. I'm just going to click on continue. We're going to select standard ads as usual. Again, we're not going to write anything on the ad group's name. We're just going to leave this here. Copy the ASIN of your book, your paperback book, the ASIN, and paste it here, and then add. Once you paste it, it's going to pop out the book, the exact book, and you just click on add. You select it. So I've added the book I want. Remember, this is manual, so we're just going to select manual. The first one we did was keyword targeting. That was the last ad we created. So this time around, we're going to be selecting product targeting. So I'm just going to select product targeting. And what this means now is going to bring out books that are similar to our book. But before then, it's either going to be either categories or individual books. There are two options on product targeting. So for these categories, for this section, you either have categories, you also have individual books. So for the categories, you just look here and see, add any of the categories. This is automatically created by Amazon. Add any of the categories you want to. You can decide to add all. You just click on add all most times. If they are relevant to what your book is all about, you can either add them. But if you look at all the whole categories and they are all relevant to your book, what your book is all about, then you could just use this add all and it will just do that at once. So let me just use add all. So you can see it populated it here, but there's something we didn't do. So don't make that mistake. You can see the beats here are all crazy beats. So automatically this might be suggested beats. So before you do this, let me go back. Okay, it's already here. We're always going to go. Let me remove all here. Let me redo this again. Always come down to the suggested bid. Always go with custom bid. We're not going with what Amazon says. We always want to start with ours and test out this. So I always like to start with 30 cents. You can decide to start lower if you so desire, but I always start with 30 cents. So this is my custom bid. So if I now add all, everything here is going to be 30 cents. So you can see how this works. Now, next I'm going to do will be to the individual product. We're done with this. Now, individual, I'm just going to select this individual product. For here, there is no suggestions. So we're going to enter this manually. So you're just going to click on this enter list manually. Enter ASIN separated by comma, space, or new. So what do you do here? You just go straight down to Amazon.com and look out for your book, or type in the title of your book and see other books that have written the same title. And those are the books you're going to be competing with. So copy about 15 or 20 of them. So this is what I mean by that. This is Amazon.com. Let me go back. Just a moment. Okay. This book is about Teen Girls Devotional. Let me type this again. Okay, Teen Girls Devotional. Let me just type it again out because I want it to show other multiple books. So now, so you can see this is exactly what I mean. Let's assume this book is about Teen Girls Devotional. You can see this book has 3,135 reviews. Please and please and please do not compete with books like this. For your products, you should be copying books that have at least 63 reviews. This is even much. Remember I said it shouldn't be more than 100 reviews. So I can copy this I can copy the ASIN. Now this is the ASIN of this book. Remember I showed you how to copy ASIN. This is the ASIN. These are the ASINs you're going to copy. Amazon says you copy them and you separate them by comma. Now you scroll down again, look for another book that is within. This is Devotional for Teen Girls. This is 1,887 reviews. This is what we call high authority books. Your book have no chance to compete with this book. Every time your book appears where this book is, a buyer is going to go with this book. They won't even look at your book twice, because look at the social proof, 8,887. That's way, way, way high. These are the kind of books you should be competing with. The ones that have lesser than 100 reviews, 85, you stand a chance of having your book making book sales. So you open up these books, copy their ASINs, and come into your Amazon ads and paste those ASINs. Let me also see if there are other books I can also use to demonstrate. Okay, let's just say this particular book. This is what you do. It has 63 reviews. You click on it, open them in multiple tabs, scroll down. I'm also showing you how to get your ASIN. Always make sure that your ASIN is the paperback ASIN. So here you can see it's on paperback ASIN. This is how you know. I'm going to scroll down. This is how you get the ASIN for this book. There's something I saw here that I do in all my books, but I'm also going to talk about that in subsequent videos. But it's not going to be about the tutorials. It's going to be subsequent videos on how to promote other books you've created. You can see this person is promoting different books under what we call author A+ content. This is what we call A+ content. This that talks about a little about the book. This image you have here. Then when you come down, you have the opportunity of uploading other books you've created. And what this does is that you use one book to sell multiple books. A buyer that bought this book will scroll down and see all this stuff. I mean, I like this, and that is how they add them to their carts. Thereby, one single ad for your book has promoted other books you have here, because you've already listed them here, and these are the links that will take them to the pages of where they can just add it to cart right away here. I did that for all my books have A+ content, but I'm going to talk about that in subsequent videos. For now, let's stick with trying to find the ASIN. Remember, this is the paperback. The ASIN is this ISBN 10. You copy it. This is what you're going to copy. Remember I said do this for at least 15, 20 books. You come back to your campaign. Amazon says enter ASIN separated with comma. So I'm just going to paste it here. So this is one of the books we want to target. Now, comma, you go to the next one. You paste about 10, 20. Once you finish, you just select that target here. And always leave it at expanded. Expanded simply means Amazon will also look for similar books that are like that, and also, I mean, have your book show up for those kind of books. But please, the most important thing when you're targeting doing individual products is do not go target authority books that have superior reviews than your book. They are going to kill your book, because every time your book pops out where those books are, the buyer is always going to go with the other books instead of your book. So once you've done that, just click on target. It's going to automatically, it has added this book here. I'm trying to find where it added it. Look at the book here. See this ones that says categories. Those ones for but for the individual books, see, expanded. So this is what the book is. Truth and Goodness, a 40-day devotional book, blah, blah, blah. So this is the ASIN we added. So you just do that for like 20 books. And once you've done that, you scroll down again as usual. You hit your target. It's going to come on the left side here. Then the same thing we did the last time. Please and please again, always select the dynamic beast down only. This middle one, pick it up. Ignore every other stuff. Scroll down. Put your campaign name. This time around, it's going to be self-defense. It's a product, so I'm just going to say product. It's a product campaign. The other one was, see now it's saying defense here. It's going to be an S here. So, yeah. So this is the name of this campaign, self-defense book. This is product for me to know that this was product campaign target. Again, as usual, $30 daily. but you're not spending this daily, because some of people that are in other continents, this is a large amount of money and they're going to freak out. How am I, where do I'm trying to make money. Why should I don't have this kind of money? So be rest assured you're not spending anything near to this on a daily basis. No way. So just have that at the back of your mind. Now, having done all this, just click on launch campaign, and your campaign is going to go under review. Amazon is going to take their time, 24 hours, 48 hours, to go through it and approve or deny. Once again, look out for your emails. You're going to see some emails that you don't understand what the hell they wrote there, excuse my French, because it's not self-explanatory. They didn't write a simple English saying your book, your ad has been approved. So kindly come into your ad and check. If you see delivering, then that means your Amazon ad was approved and it is live. Again, for refreshers, it's going to take sometimes 2 weeks or thereabout, but more than even that, for your advert to start generating data, because at this point in time, once you set up these ads, Amazon will start, the algorithm will start combing your book to know what this book is all about. And from there, after a while, it will now figure out what your book is all about and now start showcasing your book to the right audience, promoting it for those searching for similar stuffs, and start giving your book some visibility, so for more eyes to see it. And once more eyes start seeing your book, they now decide to buy or not to buy. And buying decisions hinges on so many factors: captivating title that actually solve their needs. Compelling titles and subtitles that solve the need, captivating, eye-catchy book covers. That's okay. That's, the like, and social proof, which are the reviews you've gotten so far before running Amazon ads. So a combination of all this leads to a buying decision, and that means sales. So guys, I'll advise you watch this all over again and again and again. I know I really talked a lot while running this, because I'm also trying to guide you through the right step. I just want you to know that this is an in-depth tutorial on how to create. In fact, all the whole videos are in-depth tutorials on how you can actually start and run a profitable self-publishing book with Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing. You got everything here for free, but what you do with this information is up to you. And sometimes free things are not really valued because they are not paid for. But I can tell you that this is way, way, way more valuable. And if I'm supposed to price this tutorial, or if I was supposed to compile this into a course, aggregate it into a course and sell, this obviously will be going for a minimum of $2,000. And not everybody can afford this. So please, this is the best gift I can give to humanity. But whatever thing you decide to do with it is completely your decision. Once again, I thank you for your time. And if you gain some value from watching these tutorials, I will kindly advise that you leave a thumbs up, like. If you have questions, comments, please leave them. I'm always answering questions all the time. You can reach me through private email. My informations are all out there on the public domain for anyone who wants to utilize it. If you also want to outsource the creating of your book from start to finish and you don't want to have anything to do with that, then you can hit me up. We can talk business too as well. But I rather prefer creating outlines for you. I can handle reviews, at least a minimum of 10 reviews, which comes at a cost. I'm saying this for those that might not be domiciled in United States, Canada, UK, that can easily get this review stuff for themselves. For those of you that are not in these countries, and maybe your country where you are, your Amazon account, you've not really been able, you don't shop on Amazon, so thereby you're not even eligible to buy and drop reviews at the moment. You have to build that up, and you need to get started. You can reach me out, shoot me an email, we can talk business and that, but I can only guarantee a limited number of reviews, because I know my email will be flooded with a lot of people requesting for the same services. So I'm just gonna take a few, first come, first serve. But if you want to also go about, you don't know what to publish, I can also create a content outline for you. You can use to go give your ghostwriter. That will also come with at a fee. Then whatever services you need, then you can also reach out to me if that is the route you want to go. But if you want to do this by yourself, please, you have all the knowledge. I've provided you with all the tools, everything you need to get this done and get started right away. So thank you so much, and I'll be seeing you on subsequent videos. But for now, this concludes the entire tutorials of Amazon KDP tutorials. Subsequent videos will be on informations relating to KDP as well, but it's not going to be the tutorial because this completes the last stage. Everything you need to know about the tutorials, you have it at your fingertip. All you just need to do is click the link that will be in the description box here to watch other videos. From the part 1, this is the part 12. So you have access to the part 1 to the part 12 now, for you to get started with your Kindle Direct publishing. I'll be looking forward to seeing you on subsequent videos. Thank you and God bless.